Hey, 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 what up, everybody? It's your girl Marquita, but you know what they like to call me, Miss Hollywood. And you're tuned in to another episode of So Hollywood, the creator. This is a creations page where I just show you guys all of the things that I like to create and the things that I like to create with. So, this is the Eco Tank ET-2803. And as you guys can see, I got me some dope ink from the best uni crew. It is Eco-Solvent ink, in which can be used on a multitude of things. You have the blue one, you also have the red one, the yellow one, and the black one. It does come with the ink already. However, I wanted to switch out my ink for Eco-Solvent ink. Eco-Solvent ink is a lot better than the typical printer ink and the ink that it came with. I will also keep the old ink just in case I do purchase another one that uses the same thing, and or I can just switch them out. So here is the unboxing of the Eco Tank 2803. So it comes with, of course, instructions, the DVD, the disc, and so on and so forth. It's not heavy at all. It does take a little bit of work to get it out of there because those the things that it comes in, those things. Yep. You have to take them out, and as I stated before, this is the ink that it initially comes with is 522. It comes with 4 packs of ink, all in which you need for the Eco Tank. So we're going to switch it out and convert it to Eco Solvent ink. Comes with a power cord, and of course you got to take that out the bag. So as I'm taking it out of the bag, I'm putting the bag back in there, and I will be taking the Epson ET-2803 out of the bag. It's not heavy, but it does have a little weight to it. So just be mindful when you do take it out. It's very easy to slide it out of the box. As you can see in the background, I got the best uni Eco-Solvent. So I have to take it out of the bag and remove the blue stickers on the pack. So you'll see that here shortly. As I am getting prepared for everything, I am looking for my extension cord or some type of plug to plug in the actual unit. Finally, I find the plug and plug it in the back of the unit. It also has the capabilities of connecting directly to your computer if you would like direct connection. After realizing I couldn't plug anything up, I was just like, okay, whatever. So I ended up sitting down and really taking off the blue tape, all of that blue tape. Yes, it's a lot of blue tape. However, I saved it just in case because I'm such a hoarder when it comes to crafting activities and stuff. So now I am taking off all of the blue tape that they have on the actual unit. Yeah, it's a lot of blue tape. Everything that moves normally has a blue tape wrapped around it. So it's going to take you a little bit of time. I just ended up sticking it on the clear part that I removed at the beginning of the removal. So yeah, just take your time with it. Don't rush it, and just continue to remove all of the blue tape that is provided. So finally, I got all of the blue tape off. Psych. Yeah, you got to make sure you have all of the blue tape off of everything that moves, and that includes the pull-out tray that is also provided by the Epson ET-2803. You understand me? Ooh, bars. Burr, 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 burr. Now it's time to move on to getting the inks together. I did not have the syringes that I needed, but I improvised and I found some mini bottles with needle tips. And as you can see on the screen, the things that I used. Make sure you're in a well ventilated area because it does have a unique smell. I know you guys can see the needle tip bottle. It was a mini bottle I already had, so I just said, why not? So now you're going to see me putting the black ink, in which you have to do that to all of your ink cartridges. It is 4 ink cartridges that you have to fill up. It took me about 5 mini bottles, but it's okay because, like I said, I improvised and I made it work. I did not have the correct syringes, so I made it work. And you can also use the repurposed ink bottles that it comes with, but I did not want to get rid of that ink that it came with because that is some expensive ink, and I could eventually buy another printer that has that same ink. So as you guys can see, I am entering the ink, the Eco-Solvent ink, into the little slots. Like I said, I learned my tutorial from the Best Uni Crew. Shout out to her. If you guys are on Facebook, make sure you follow her. Make sure you follow her on Instagram. It's a whole creative process, and I really appreciate it. So yes, you'll see that I'm continuing to put ink. As you see on the bottom, there is a clear area where it shows where the ink is filling up. So make sure you guys follow that to the T, because if you do not, the ink will definitely come out and you don't want that. So you can see how I'm preparing my ink, my mini ink bottles, because I had a syringe but not the needle tip, because you need the needle tip to go into the actual area of the ink. So I found a better way to refill my ink mini bottles, and so I ended up doing that. I filled up a lot so I can refill it whenever it does decide to get low. Now we're going to move on to the blue ink. Each one of your ink jugs should have their own syringe. Never mix the color, because if you do mix the color, it will not come out how you want it to come out. My camera died, so I couldn't show you guys the rest of me filling up the Eco-Solvent inks. However, I did plug it in. You see that it works. Now you have to scan the QR code and it'll take you to a link and register your Epson ET-2803. It's going to be a lot of prompts on the screen, and register, you know, your basic information, your name, your address, you know, your Wi-Fi setup. Pretty much everything is going to be mobile. I did not see any other option because that's the option that I chose to do. However, you guys can see that I read the instructions a little bit just to see the prompted information that I may have missed or may needed to know at that time. So I suggest you do the same thing as well. It takes quite a bit of time for everything to set up, so you'll see the light continue to blink until everything is actually set up. The video didn't show me actually printing out the alignment for the colors, because you have to do that with all of your printers, and it shows you your instructions that you need to follow when printing out and aligning your paper, and also aligning your actual black and white, so on and so forth. So just follow the instructions on the prompter as you see fit for your printer settings, because I believe everyone may be a little bit different, but you have to input the names, the either the letter or the number of which you see is the clear or what you see is not clear, so on and so forth. So it kind of like calibrates your machine, and all you have to do now is look at the paper and match it up to what they're asking on the prompted screen. As you can see, I pressed OK, and we're now going to enter the numbers that match the best description of what they're asking for your ink. And so I used the arrow buttons provided to put the actual number in the appropriate location, because they have a specific location that you need to put these numbers in, and press OK. And once you finish with that alignment, it's going to take you to the home screen, in which it'll tell you you can copy, you can scan, you can print, and pretty much start your projects. Also, simultaneously, I am putting together the printing preferences on my PC. For whatever reason, it worked better on the PC than it does a Mac. I have both, but I use the PC for this because you're able to change your printing settings to a better quality. The quality of the actual printing settings make a huge difference when it comes to HTV vinyl, which is heat transfer vinyl, printable at that. So the Eco-Solvent can be used with printable HTV, and it's better used with that, or I don't know all of the things that it can be used on. However, you can go over to the Best Uni YouTube page. She is experimenting with all of the options Eco-Solvent can go on, and she has done a great job. Make sure you guys follow her and follow all of the crafters on Instagram. I don't know them off the top of my head, but shout out to them because I always go and watch their YouTube lives, and they give me great inspiration. So shout out to all the crafters. And as you guys can notice, or if you don't notice, in the printing settings, make sure that fast printing is turned off, because if fast printing is on, it will not print as good of a high quality as you need it to be. So you just go into your printing settings and you have to do slight changes. I don't know if they have a template that it could be set on that you can just go back to it, or you have to do it every time. And I'm just now learning all about Eco-Solvent printing, Eco-Solvent ink, HTV, printable HTV. So I'm kind of new to this, and I really enjoy it so far because, like I said, the quality of these inks are phenomenal. I'm gonna need for y'all to get with the team. So as you guys can see, it has printed out. You have to let it dry, maybe about 15 to 20 minutes, but as you can see, the quality is freaking amazing. I don't think you can get that great of a quality on a regular inkjet printer, so that's why you need to go with the Eco tanks, because for one, they save you a lot on inks, and for two, you are able to convert them to whatever you'd like to convert them to, in which I chose to convert it to Eco-Solvent ink. And it's the best thing that I think I've ever done. What up, everybody? It's your girl Marquita, but they like to call me who? Miss Hollywood, creator of SoHollywood, the podcast. SoHollywood, the podcast is a platform created for collectives that share this thing called entertainment, also shedding light on untapped talents in the Virginia area, while focusing on bridging the gap between the generations before us and the new ones to come. This thing called entertainment has changed my life simply by giving me the tools to be a teacher and, most importantly, a student. So Hollywood, the podcast, is available on all streaming platforms. If entertainment is in the forefront of your life, then this podcast is for you. Make sure you follow So Hollywood, the podcast on Instagram. And don't forget, what up, everybody? It's your girl, Marquita, but they like to call me Who Miss Hollywood, and you're tuned into another episode of So Hollywood, the podcast.
Is it me or is it hot in here? Is it me or is it hot in here? So Hollywood, H-O-double-L-Y.
Tell Dad.
Okay, here. Now, let's see.
To be a guest on So Hollywood, the podcast, just email sohollywoodthepodcast@gmail.com or follow me on Instagram, So Hollywood, the podcast, and MISS Hollywood 313.